I'm Kristin from lifeofstones.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the cash envelope system, what it is, how it helps you stay on budget, how to use it, and why I feel like it is one of the top reasons that allowed us to pay off $35,000 of debt in only 7 months. So let's get into it. If you haven't heard of the cash envelope system before, it's a means to control your spending and keep track of your money using only cash. So that means no credit cards. You can use debit cards if you prefer debit cards over cash, but the idea is that you're only spending what you have. So if you're putting something on a credit card, often it's because you don't have the money for it, and if you don't have the money for it, you shouldn't be purchasing it. So switching to a complete cash system can be a huge change, but it absolutely can help you really make a good first step towards getting out of debt, fixing your finances, and really living on a budget. Now, how does the cash envelope system help you stay on budget? It helps you because you are allotting a specific amount of cash that you are figuring out when you do your budget each month, and you should be doing a budget each month. And when you do so, you're allotting a certain amount of cash to each category in your budget. And what you're going to do is you're going to take those categories, you're going to make an envelope for each category, and then you're going to put a certain amount of money in there, and that is all you're going to spend. When that money from that envelope is gone, you are done until the next time you fill your envelopes. You're not going to spend any more money in that category. So for the categories that we use personally, we use cash envelopes for food, for our weekly grocery shopping, for Sam's Club, which is the discount store if you don't have one near you, the discount store we shop at near our house where we get all of our other consumables, laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper, etc. We use a cash envelope for eating out at restaurants. We use a cash envelope for our miscellaneous budget and entertainment. Any entertainment we do for our family, we put that in a cash envelope as well. You can use plain envelopes like this. This is what we use. We just label them, each one. That way when they get gross, you can buy a whole box of like 100 at the dollar store. So when they get gross, we can just throw it out and make a new envelope. If you don't like using envelopes, or when I get sick of using envelopes, I switch to cash clips, and I just put the money in my wallet, and I put a clip around and mark down. These are just little paper, and I'm going to link these down below, and you can just write the category right on this clip. Or another common way is to use small little binder clips. You can either take a Sharpie and label them on the edge here, or make a label, or just color coordinate them. It's all the same thing. It's all the same principle, just different personal preferences of what works better for you. So here's how it works. Take your budget. For ease of example, you're going to use $50 for every single one of these categories I'm talking about. You get your paycheck, you go to your bank, and you take out the money that you're going to need for these categories. Then you're going to take your envelopes. You're going to put $50 in your restaurant envelope, $50 in your entertainment envelope, $50 in your miscellaneous envelope, $50 in your food envelope, and so on and so forth. If you budget every 2 weeks, then those envelopes are going to last you for 2 full weeks. If you decide to go out to dinner and you spend $50 on your dinner, then your restaurant envelope is now empty. And the thought process behind this is now you take it out of your wallet, whatever you need to do. Now you do not eat out at a restaurant until you're able to fill your envelopes again. So if you're able to be committed, if you're able to be disciplined enough to stick to this and not swipe that credit card when you want to go to the restaurant, then that's going to help you stick to your restaurant budget. Some people, as I mentioned, they don't want to use cash, they don't want to carry cash, they don't want to deal with cash. There's a couple other options. You can either use a digital cash envelope system on an app, is usually the most popular. An app like Dave Ramsey's app, Every Dollar, you can download it for free, and you can designate digital cash envelopes. So you will digitally move money to a cash envelope, whatever you want to allot for that category, and then when you go to the restaurant and you spend $30, you're going to note that in your app, and it's going to virtually subtract $30 and show you that you have a balance of $20 in that cash envelope for the remainder of your pay period. Another option is just to use your debit card. I personally don't like using the debit card. I feel like it's a slippery slope for me. It's still easy to just keep swiping that card and swiping that card, and the reality of what you're spending doesn't quite set in until you sit down to balance your checkbook. Now, I know it's not like that for everybody. That's just how it works for me. I don't prefer the debit card. I feel like it's too easy to forget to log a receipt or to forget how much money's in there when you're out and about. I prefer cash. It has helped us immensely. But if you are someone that can be a little bit more meticulous, that doesn't mind sitting there and reviewing your bank statement every couple of days to make sure you're not missing something, and you find it easier, then maybe using a debit card is the way the cash system will work for you. So the last question I get is, how long are you going to do this system for? This is a very personal question. It's going to be different for everybody. We have been on this debt-free journey since February of 2017, and we have used a cash system ever since. We've tried to switch a couple times. When I get sick of envelopes, I'll switch to the cash clips that I showed you, and then I'll switch back. We have tried the debit card. As I mentioned, that didn't really work for us. We have tried stopping altogether, and what I notice is each time, little by little by little, it's almost unrecognizable, we start sliding and sliding and sliding and spending a little more and going off budget. So for us personally, I foresee us always sticking to some type of cash system. Now, since last year, we have kind of blended some of our categories. So instead of being so strict with each envelope, we've meshed a couple of them together, and now I kind of have our whole miscellaneous is just miscellaneous, eating out, and entertainment all mixed together in one. So when all that money is gone, it's gone. And if we want to use it all on going to restaurants, then that's fine. If we want to use it all on miscellaneous purchases that we need and not going out to eat, then that's fine. We've blurred the lines a little bit, and that's working for us. However, we, again, have been doing this for almost a year and a half now, and we have made some huge changes in our habits. So we've been able to stick to a less rigid system. You're gonna have to be the judge. You're gonna have to see, how are your habits, how are you sticking to your budget, and you're just going to have to do what works for you. And I hope that you'll find this advantageous as we have. This system, it's been so helpful for myself and my husband. You just really will have to figure out what works best for you, and I hate to keep saying that, but it's true, because this is not a one-size-fits-all journey. Your journey to paying off debt, living on a budget, is going to be relative to you and your life and your lifestyle. So if you have any other questions about the cash envelope system, if you want to leave them below in the comments, I'd be happy to answer them the best I can. I'm also going to link a blog post that goes over this in a little bit more detail down below in the description. And I appreciate you watching my video. I hope you give it a thumbs up if you found some value, and please subscribe.